Hello, fellow voice stars! It is your friend and mentor, Bailey Varnas here, also known as the Vocal Supermodel. So today's video is part 3 in our Perfect American Accent series, and we are going to learn about fabulous mid-vowels. Yes! Now, before we get started, I want to make sure that you have already watched the introduction video for this course series that I have linked below in the description. Because in it, there is an assignment for you to do so that you have a good recording of your natural sound before you learn this material. And then you'll record your new sound after you finish this course. So be sure to watch that and record your before so that you can see your growth once you're done. And if you've already watched and recorded yourself, then let's get started. So we are starting today with what are known as mid vowels. And they should be easy to understand based on their name alone. In our last class, we did front vowels, which are formed at the front of your mouth. And now we are doing mid vowels, which will, you guessed it, be formed in the middle of your mouth. So there are 3 mid vowel sounds, and they are and Okay, so we are going to break down each one of these sounds. But with mid vowels, there are certain mouth placements that they all share. So to form these sounds, you want to make sure you have an open jaw. The tip of your tongue is behind your lower front teeth. You relax your lips, and you arch or relax the middle of your tongue to varying degrees depending on the vowel sound you're trying to make. So we're going to feel each one of these placements right now. Try tightening your jaw and loosening it to hear the difference. It should sound something like this. So, to make these mid-vowel sounds clean, make sure your jaw is loose and relaxed. Now, the next placement is to have the tip of your tongue behind your lower front teeth. So I want you to push your tongue so that it's touching the back of your bottom teeth, but not your top teeth. So feel that. And then I want you to pull your tongue away from your teeth backwards so you can hear and feel the difference. It should sound something like this. So make sure your tongue is touching behind your lower front teeth for clean mid-vowel sounds. Now, the next placement is making sure you have relaxed and open lips. And you'll open your jaw wider to make the different sounds. So from completely closed to open, it would sound like this. Ma, ma, ma. So the important takeaway is to make sure your lips are spread and relaxed to form the mid-vowel sounds properly. And lastly, your tongue is going to create an arch shape with the middle of it to head toward your top teeth and then relax it completely to feel the difference. It should sound something like this. So, depending on the vowel sound you're trying to make, you'll have an arch in your tongue or you'll flatten it out. So, those are the placements you need to be able to form perfect mid-vowels. So, let's go through each of them now one by one and try some practice words and sentences. So, we are going to start with Now, phonetically, is often written with 2 dots after it, as you can see. This indicates that it's a long vowel sound. So when you see it at the end of a word, it's often written followed by 2 dots. Sometimes when it's in the middle of a word, it has only 1 dot or no dots after it. Now, you might see it written as a schwa-e, but with a little R-looking curly Q type symbol on it. This is technically a softer version of the sound that we'll get to when we get to diphthongs. But for now, I just want you to know the 2 ways you might see the sound in phonetic writing. But we're going to focus on the pure, strong sound for now. So the mechanical placement for the correct pronunciation of is a half-opened lower jaw. The tip of your tongue is behind your lower front teeth, but barely touching or not touching at all. Your lips are relaxed, and you arch the middle of your tongue toward your hard palate. So that's the proper placement for the mid-vowel sound Now, let's try it a few times. So now let's say a few words for practice. So repeat after me. Her, her, her. Occur, occur, occur. Prefer, prefer, prefer. Intern, intern, intern. Govern, govern, govern. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Dessert, dessert, dessert. Expert, expert, expert. Now we're going to do a few short sentences to make sure the sound is really working for you. A bird perched on the fern and chirped. A bird perched on the fern and chirped. The server brought the burger. The server brought the burger. Your worker earned a raise for her work. Your worker earned a raise for her work. The nurse referred to the supervisor. The nurse referred to the supervisor. So those are a few ways the sound can present itself. So listen for the sound in words that you hear the different ways that it comes up, and practice with more words in your perfect American accent workbook. But for now, we are going to move on to the next mid-vowel sound, Now, phonetically, is a shorter vowel sound, so you don't usually see any dots around it. And it's used a lot. You are going to hear it everywhere. So the mechanical placement for the correct pronunciation of is a relaxed jaw, open but not completely wide open. The tip of your tongue is behind your lower front teeth. Your tongue and lips are relaxed. And you make a sound coming from your diaphragm. So it's like you just relaxed and opened everything to make the sound come right from your core. So that's the proper placement for the mid-vowel sound Now, let's try it a few times. So now let's say a few words for practice. So repeat after me. Award, award, award. Afloat, afloat, afloat. Diploma, diploma, diploma. Police, police, police. Revoke, revoke, revoke. Adjust, adjust, adjust. Today, today, today. Undo, undo, undo. Now we're going to do a few short sentences to make sure the sound is really working for you. He awoke to the media. He awoke to the media. It's possible tomorrow. It's possible tomorrow. The boxer landed a punch. The boxer landed a punch. The photographer captured a moment. The photographer captured a moment. So those are a few ways the sound can present itself. So listen for the sound in words that you hear the different ways that it comes up, and practice with more words in your workbook. And now we're going to move on to the last mid-vowel sound, Now phonetically, is a shorter vowel sound, so you don't usually see any dots around it. And it's very similar to the schwa version of that we just worked on. In fact, it's just a brighter, more clear, and emphasized version of So they're kind of interchangeable, but is technically more emphasized. So the mechanical placement for the correct pronunciation of is the jaw is open and it's pretty wide, but not tense or uncomfortable in any way. The tip of your tongue is behind your lower front teeth. Your lips are relaxed and open, and your tongue is relaxed and down. So you're opening your mouth more to make the sound very pronounced. So that's the proper placement for the mid-vowel sound Now, let's just try it a few times. So now let's say a few words for practice. So repeat after me. Sun, sun, sun. Cull, cull, cull. Stud, stud, stud. Makeup, makeup, makeup. Undone, undone, undone. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Teacup, teacup, teacup. Juggle, juggle, juggle. Now we're going to do a few short sentences to make sure the sound is really working for you. A mother duck and a puppy. A mother duck and a puppy. The couple woke up and broke up. The couple woke up and broke up. The drummer played a runner. The drummer played a runner. Hunters set up and caused tumult. Hunters set up and caused tumult. So those are a few ways the sound can present itself. So listen for the sound in words that you hear and hear all of the different ways it comes up. So those are the 3 mid-vowel sounds. So it can be a really helpful exercise to say them in order so that you can physically feel the difference in your mouth. So the 3 mid-vowel sounds in order should sound like this. Er, 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 So it's a great way to practice your mid-vowels. And make sure that you're feeling and experiencing the subtle differences in your mouth. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to hear them blended in different ways as we continue with this work. But for now, get to practicing by using your Perfect American Accent workbook. If you don't have the workbook yet, there is a link to it in the description area. I will send it right to you, and you can get to perfecting those mid-vowel sounds. So keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next one.